everyone, welcome to Succeedy Learning App. In today's session, let's see Economics Chapter 3, Money and Credit. Well, I guess this is a very familiar topic to you guys. Who doesn't know money? And who doesn't need it? Yes, money is accepted as a medium of exchange in an economy that facilitates transaction of trade for goods and services. It means to satisfy one's wants or desires, they buy goods and services by paying money, which can be called as transactions. So now let's see the meaning of money. Money can be defined as a medium of exchange for goods and services. It is also a measure of value. Evolution of money. Now let us know about the evolution of money. Money is regarded as the most important discovery in the field of economics, as well in the field of science. It is mainly used to buy and sell goods and services. How has money evolved? Stages of money? There are 6 important stages of evolution of money. They are as follows: barter system, commodity money, metallic money, paper money, bank money, and plastic money. Okay, back to our classes. Let's learn about our next topic, barter system. Let us discuss about barter system. What it is actually? You might have heard about this during the ancient times. Even before the invention of money, men used to exchange. You can consider this as a live example which happens in our daily lives. It is exchange goods for goods without the use of money. Even though it was practiced in olden days, as time went on, it created many problems among people. Let's see such one example. A man by name Ram needed a cow that gives enough milk for his family. He had many sheep with him. So, he planned to get a cow in exchange of 1 or 2 sheep. But no one was ready to exchange sheep for cow. It created problem for Ram. It's one of the drawback of barter system. So, gradually to avoid this, men begin using commodities. Commodities or money. Commodity money. It was in practice in many countries. For example, cattle in Greece, sheep in Rome, teeth in China. Some drawbacks were seen even in the stage or system also. They call not store or stock cattle, sheep for long periods, as they may die and perish. So men started thinking about metallic money. So let's see what metallic money is. This metallic money was in form of gold, silver, copper coins, which were in usage during Chalukya, Vijayanagara periods. But it was heavy to carry from one place to another. Thus, it was a big drawback. Paper money. We can see this in modern ages. Government mints paper money and circulates through banks. It began as traders felt coin money very heavy to carry on fear of theft and robbery made them to be an agreement or a document on stamp paper that they would promise to pay the money later when they purchased the goods. Gradually, paper money started getting circulated through banks and was minted by the government. This money was also called as notes or currency. In different countries, they have different currencies used. For example, dollars in US, pound in England, euros in Europe, yen in Japan, yuan in China, and rupee in India. Then the evolution of bank money has happened. So let's try to understand what bank money is. The money issued by banks such as check, draft, deposit receipts, bonds, etc. is called US bank money. This type of bank money was easily stolen and was very risky to carry while traveling. So this paved the way for plastic money. Plastic money helps in cashless transactions. How is that possible? Let's look into the plastic money. Plastic money is nothing but credit card and debit card issued by the banks. These cards helping easy cashless transactions just for entering PIN number. Personal identification number is a secret number given to each customer. Next, as these transactions are carried through electronic means, it is called as e-money or digital money. It is the latest method of money transactions that is practiced today in the modern age. By using mobile apps such as Paytm, Google Money, PhonePe, etc. with the help of internet is the latest method of cashless transactions that happen through mobile. So, by this we have learned the different stages of money. Hope you have understood, and we'll move on to the next subtopic of the lesson, that is functions of money. Money is basically divided into two. They are primary functions and secondary functions. Primary functions: medium of exchange of payment, measure of value. Secondary function: standard of deferred payment, store of value, transfer of value. Under primary function, it can be said that money is used to buy or purchase goods and services as a medium of exchange. The price of any goods and services is expressed in terms of money. For example, you can see 10 gram of gold is more valuable than 1 kilogram of iron. So here, money is used as a measure of value of products or things. Now let's come to secondary functions. Money is also used to future transaction too. For example, hey, how's Erica by borrowing loan and promising to pay the money in future? Nice is one such example of standard of deferred payments. It is a store of value. You can store this money for many days. It can be transferred from generation to generation, and also it can be accumulated and stored in form of wealth. Transfer of value. You can transfer money to any corner of the world through banks. Now it's helping the traders indeed in export and import business. So let's start with an important topic, that is banks. What are banks and what is banking company? According to Banking Regulation Act of 1949, any company which transacts the business of banking in India is called banking company. So what is banking then? Accepting public deposits for the purpose of lending or investing in repayable of demand or withdrawal of check, draft order, etc. is called banking. Briefly saying, banks accept the deposits for lending money, loan or investment and pay back to depositor when he is in need of his money with simple interest for the period he has deposited. Now we have understood what banking company and banking in brief. So let us learn about the banking system in India and some of the important banks that are functions in India. Important banks of India: State Bank of India, public sector commercial banks, regional urban banks, private sector banks and cooperative societies. Importance of banks. Now we should learn about the importance of banks. They play a very important role in the economy of the nation and economic development. It is said money or capital is the lifeblood of business, and hence banks provide capital for business sector or industries, thus developing the economy. Banks helping mobilizing the savings of public by taking deposits and lending loans for investments. Banking helps in the formation of capital through savings of person. For example, instead of keeping the money at home as a debt capital, it can be used in creation of capital to industries by banks. Banks provide a convenient way to transfer money. They offer high rate of interest in fixed deposit and encourage savings. Banks lend money to public who are in need by collecting interest on the principal amount given. It acts as a medium of exchange between depositor and the borrower and also discount value of bill of exchange. It's nothing but Banks give money to the lender on some goods by taking security and lend money by giving discount on the bill of goods. Banks lend money to all the three sectors of production, agriculture, industry and service sector and help all these sectors to improve or develop. Banks issue bank money such as check, demand draft, credit cards and debit cards to its customers. Bank invests the funds for the security of the government. The latest study about the Central Bank of India, that is the Reserve Bank of India (RBI), on 1st April 1935. RBI was established by the British government in Kolkata, then the capital city. 1st January 1949, RBI was nationalized. So now let's see some of the functions of RBI. Monopoly of note issue. RBI has monopoly to issue notes about rupee 2, but central government of India has control over the minting of money of rupee 1. RBI is a banker of government. It acts as a bank for government transactions such as collecting taxes, payment to treasury bills, bonds, salaries, etc. RBI advances loans to central and state government for the development of works of the nation. RBI is a banker's bank. All the banks of India are controlled by RBI and it lists important monetary policies for all the banks. All the banks should have their reserve deposits with RBI and RBI provides credit to the banks when they need additional money. So, it is banker's bank. RBI regulates the activities of bank and manages in the monetary policy of the banks. RBI acts as national clearing house for the settlement of transactions across the banks, that is, the transaction between bank or the interbank transactions. RBI also controls credit and regulates the credit given by bank. RBI acts as a custodian of foreign exchange, that means RBI manages foreign exchange rates in order to control the fluctuations of economy, buying and selling of foreign currency. RBI promotes the banking habits in public and encourages to open more branches in the remote areas of the country and support them in their activities. These are regarded as the main functions of the RBI. Now, let's discuss about the regulations of money supply. For measures of money supply to measure the monetary stock, M1 is equal to currency notes and coins plus net demand deposits held in the commercial banks. M2 is equal to M1 plus savings deposit with post office savings bank. M3 is equal to M1 plus net time deposit of commercial banks. M4 is equal to M3 plus total deposits with post office savings bank. M1 and M2 are referred as narrow money, whereas M3 and M4 are referred as broad money. Now, let's learn about time deposit and demand deposit. Time deposit, amount deposited for a fixed period of time. Demand deposit, amount deposited in the bank that can be withdrawn when essential or needed. Banks also engage in credit creation. In this regard, let's speak of inflation and deflation. Inflation is an economic condition where prices hike and demand gets reduces. Deflation means an economic condition where prices are low and demand for goods is more. Inflation is a more dangerous situation that has to be controlled under limitations. To control the crisis and for goods during inflation is very difficult and the economic development will slow down or it's very difficult to meet the cost of production. So, RBI, by varying the supply of currencies, it tries to regulate and control inflation and price level. Measures to be taken to regulate overall money supply in the economy and interest rates together are called monetary policies of RBI. RBI tries to control the credit by taking certain measures. So, let's learn about the credit control measures of RBI. They are divided into qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative measures: bank rate policies, open market operations, varying reserve requirements, legal reserve ratio. Quantitative measures: changing lending margins, ceiling on credit or credit ratios. Model situation, direct action. Higher the bank rate, lower the credit creation. Next lane, RBI reverse the repo rate to provide the money to commercial banks to regulate, which is called as repo rate. When RBI takes back the amount from the commercial banks to regulate inflation, it is called reverse repo. At the time of inflation, RBI increases the rate of interest for loans so that people deposit more and more amount and reduce taking loans. In result, inflation is controlled. When the flow of money is more, demand is good increases. When the flow of money is less, demand for goods is decreased. So inflation comes under control. When supply of good is more, the price is less. Vice versa, when supply of good is less, demand increases and price also increases. And people start saving and depositing the money in banks, so inflation is controlled by the measures taken by the banks. Banks decrease rate of interest, then people, instead of saving, they will start taking loans and make property or utilize the money in production as rate of interest is less. Instead of depositing money at banks, investing in business is a good idea. This is the way banks control repo rates and credit rates. Credit control measures taken by banks. Banks also control the flow of money and bank rate. The flow of money in market is also controlled, which is said to be open market operations. Cash reserve ratio and statutory liquid ratio. Cash reserve ratio is a deposit that are said to be kept with RBI banks. Statutory liquid ratio is a minimum cash which the banks has to keep with themselves as a ratio of their deposits. It will improve the lending capacity of banks. The percentage value of security required to keep with the banks to get loan is called margin. It increases or decreases the flow of bank rate. RBI fixes the margin, amount given to a particular person or sector, fixed on the limit such that credit should not be given more than this. Moral action is the increase of moral values in the economy. Direct action contains the measures taken by the central bank to control credit. As banking plays a crucial role in economy, let us cultivate banking habits among us. By this, we come to the end of a chapter. For more information, log into Succeed e-learning app.